This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode.
Do your shoulders do this?
No. That's
Lift. Okay.
No.
90-degree angle. Lift it up.
you've
No, in. That's perfect.
no. Your shoulder has a problem, dude.
Yeah, my shoulders are messed up.
Yeah, you always do this motion where it's like I'm trying to think how to describe this to like the podcast audience of like what that arm motion is. It's like you're a quarterback pump faking a throw and like keeping the ball close to your face, and you do that. And it, over the years, it doesn't seem like it's helping. Because nothing's changed in your shoulder.
Well, you know, when I lift and I do shoulders like this,
it does that?
No.
Okay.
My shoulders just get fatigued really fast. I don't know why. It's weird.
That's strange. Yeah, you should probably get all of that.
I think it's
out.
because everything in here is super tight all the time.
You need more like shoulder flexibility.
True, I got to do some shoulder exercises.
Better range of motion.
Yes.
Do some of these. What's that called? It's like the single person wave.
Yeah, the single person wave. The worm.
Do that.
No, with the worm, but with
the
my
arm
arms.
worm.
Yeah, the arm worm.
Yep, that's what we're gonna call that move. This is episode 124 of All Sports All the Time. I'm joined by Parker. Luke is not here, unfortunately. Parker, I'm going to start off this episode with a story that I'm going to start, and I don't know the end of the story, so I need you to finish it for me. So, I have lifting every morning, first period.
Okay.
I change, walk out of the locker room. I'm about to go in and roll out on the foam roller before we start. And Ella comes up behind me, and she was like, "Hey, Owen, wait." I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And she goes, "This morning in the parking lot, Parker almost got into a crash."
No.
Could you please continue this story for me?
Why is Ella telling this to everybody? It's like she's likes this or something.
Oh, my younger brother did the same thing. There was one time I like was at a right-hand turn and there was a stop sign and like you have to look left to make sure there's nobody coming and then you pull out. And it was hard because there were like bushes, and so I pulled out as far as I could, looked, didn't see anybody, pulled out. Somebody came like kind of close behind us, so I just sped up. And yeah, we got home, and Ethan's like, "Oh, Owen almost got in a crash," so I can relate.
And then your parents think you're a bad driver.
Yeah, even though you're not, because you've never run into your garage or left your keys in the car or left it running or any of those things.
That never messed up the car very much. Like it only was a couple $100 worth of damage.
Which is how much you keep in your wallet anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, don't tell people that.
All right, so you told us.
Because I know you're not going to steal stuff. You know, never. I trust all of our followers.
Exactly.
But maybe sometimes I don't trust all of our followers. It just depends. We don't have metrics on the exact people that follow.
We don't.
And listen to each episode.
On Instagram, we can see who follows us. But yeah, if you're listening or watching on YouTube, we don't see everybody. Yeah. So
pretty much what happened was I was driving, right, and I'm in the parking lot near the stadium. And I come in from the Landisville Middle School. I dropped Cammy off, and I come in that first turn, and I turn and I'm going up, right? And I pass, there's a second turn area to go in. And I'm going straight, and I'm turning left into this area and just going to park over here. And there's cars coming in this way.
I don't think they can see your drawings on the table. There's an intersection.
And I'm turning left, right? So I look to the right, and I don't see anything. And then out of nowhere, as I'm already turning left, this white truck comes flying 30 miles per hour in a parking lot and almost hits me. And it's because I probably shouldn't have pulled out, but I didn't see anything, so I just went.
What can you do? Yeah.
And we were close to hitting. And Ella was like, "Oh, we almost got into a crash."
What is it with the younger sibling always being so worried? It's like they don't trust us when we're driving.
I know.
It's very strange.
It's very strange.
I don't know why you wouldn't trust your older sibling with your life.
Exactly.
Really.
Like, I'm not going to kill you.
It's just a strange
don't
phenomenon.
worry. In the car, Ella, you're safe.
Most of the time.
Yeah. I will not get you in a crash.
Probably.
Never. 100% chance.
Any non-oldest siblings who have driven with their older sibling, please let us know what the deal is. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Because all of us, even if Luke was here, all of us are oldest siblings, so we don't understand how your brain works in that scenario. So please explain it to us. Speaking of not understanding how people's brains work, I don't understand how Ben Simmons' brain works.
Yes. It's
and
broken.
Sixers doctors can't understand it either because he won't see them at all because he refuses to.
If you don't know the headline, basically what happened was Ben Simmons, right? He said that he's not going to play because he is mentally not ready, not prepared mentally to play. So the Sixers doctors, obviously, they have the best doctors in the world, especially helping athletes. They have years of experience. Reach out and say, hey, well, we can help you with what's going on mentally because
that's literally our job.
Because that's their job. Their job
and unlike some people, they are doing their jobs.
Yeah, and they're trying to do their jobs, right? And like sports is like half mental, so they're trying to do their job. And Ben Simmons is like, no, I don't want you guys to help me. Like, I'm not playing because of this reason, but really I kind of just don't want to play. So that's basically what he's saying.
Pretty much.
He doesn't want to fix his shot. He doesn't want to fix his shot mentally. Doesn't want to fix anything mental. Doesn't want to fix anything physical. Just doesn't want to improve at all.
That's how it seems.
Yeah.
Because if you can't improve physically or mentally, what's left to try to improve? I mean,
so maybe
good
he's
answer.
improving spiritually, but I doubt it.
We'll never know.
We'll never know because the media doesn't focus on that.
It's a tough question. Yeah, I don't know. Ben, let us know if you're improving spiritually.
Although you did help us figure out a deeper problem in media. There's a lot of focus on physical, some focus on mental, no focus on spiritual.
Call them out, Parker.
Let's make that at least 33% of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
Because that also has a big impact in sports.
Mm-hmm. It does.
There we go.
Now, would it probably result in a bunch of arguments? Yeah.
But arguments is how you grow.
We got arguments already.
Yeah.
Sports. So, it works out. Speaking of the Sixers, holy cow, they're good without Ben Simmons.
Very good. You know why? Seth Curry.
Yeah.
Seth Curry is insane.
Woo!
Everybody loves Steph, but you can't forget about Seth.
I think Seth is shooting better from the field this year.
Yeah, he has better genetics. Like, he's a physically better player.
His beard isn't as good, though.
He's gifted both physically and mentally. He's 100% better than Steph Curry. If the sample size is only like one game.
Yeah.
If the sample size is like 4
if you don't
or 5
really
games,
look into it.
Yeah, if you just on the surface, sometimes you can maybe trick your brain into thinking that Steph is better than Seth.
Sure. If you don't Google how many MVPs either of them have won, you're fine.
Championships.
Yeah. You're good.
If you just look at the colleges they went to.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all you just do that. And
that's actually kind of crazy how that worked. Like, if I told you one brother went to Duke and one brother went to Davidson, you're not saying the one that went to Davidson is the better one.
No,
which he's not, of course, because that's what we just said. The one that went to Duke is way better, Seth Curry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's impressive. Like, I think we all had the Sixers being a top 4 seed, but that was with the caveat that either Ben will come back or they'll make a big time trade.
Yeah.
Like, I had them making it to the Eastern Conference Finals because I'm banking on Daryl Morey being able to pull off a trade. But they're the 1 seed in the East without Ben Simmons and without Danny Green and just recently without Tobias Harris, and it's incredible.
But you know why? It's because of Ben Simmons. Like, he makes the team worse. I'm telling you.
Addition by subtraction is what you say.
Yes, addition by subtraction. Because even though he scores, right, the stats look good, all the assists that he gets. Great defense. The whole offensive system is thrown off because the spacing is such a big deal. That's why a lot of times when we practice personally at Hempfield, I can't give away too much just in case. But
other teams are listening to this whole podcast just to get 10 seconds of information.
No, what I was saying was we gotta spread the floor, right? It creates driving lanes.
Yeah.
It creates like tons of other stuff, but that takes a lot of effort to when you cut and come back out, you're spreading the floor a lot. Ben Simmons just destroys all the floor spacing, and it's so much harder to score for these guys. But without Ben Simmons, they look amazing. They look really good. And when you have Embiid in there and Andre Drummond, and just one of them are in at a time, the floor spacing is perfect.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-round-1 type deal. But when Ben Simmons is in, it's like you got the point guard, but he's like
paint.
clogging up the lane, and it doesn't really work. So,
yeah, Andre Drummond as your backup center, I would
Drummond
compare
is playing
to
really well.
He's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick, Chase Daniel kind of guy, where it's like he's one of the best backups in the league. He's not a great starter. Like, he could be a starter, but low level. But when he's your backup, oh my word, it's amazing.
He's really good. He's hustling. He's getting down the floor. He's getting back on defense.
Making nice passes.
He's doing everything that you would want a guy to do. And yeah, he's doing great.
Which Sixer has impressed you the most, other than Seth? Seth has been incredible because, again, Tobias, one of our main scorers, has been out. Danny Green, one of our better shooters.
I think, and I said it in a past episode, but when you asked, like, can Tyrese Maxey actually be the point guard? And I was like, yeah, he can. And he has been so far.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, Tyrese Maxey, just because being a point guard is very hard. Because you gotta control basically the whole team. And he's doing that, and he's showing his quickness and explosiveness. And he's running the offense really well. So I would say the development of Maxey.
He's scoring, I think, more points per game than oh man, I started saying it and I had it in my head. Oh, I saw that he was scoring more points per game than some other
Damien Lillard,
big point guard. Maybe it was Damien Lillard. Damien Lillard has really struggled.
He was like
recently.
I don't know how many more games were after this, but like he was like 2 for like 20 from the 3-point line.
Woo.
Yeah, shooting like 6% or something.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Blazers came to Philly. We beat them. Crowd was chanting, "We want Lillard."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he said he is staying in Portland, but we'll see, Dame. We will see.
See, that's what they all say.
Just wait.
They all say that, and then they say they're going to win a championship, blah, 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 blah. Let's just forget about Giannis. That didn't happen. You can't win a championship in Portland.
Pretty much.
Nobody thought Giannis would win a championship. But Giannis is just too dominant. Like, he was shooting at the beginning of the season a better 3-point percentage than his teammate.
That's incredible.
Chris Middleton, yeah.
Wow. Good for Giannis.
He was shooting 30%.
Which again shows that you can learn how to shoot.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary shot at Ben Simmons. But yeah, that was Damian Lillard started off pretty slow. James Harden and Trae Young have started off slow because, oh my word, this new foul rule
it's amazing.
Is so great.
It's so good.
Love it. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Much more entertaining to watch. Less ridiculous calls on these guys trying to force fouls and whatnot. So that's been pretty great. One of my favorite times of the year is when the NBA releases their 30 teams city jerseys.
Yeah.
They're the best.
They are good.
The NBA is really good at constantly churning out new jerseys. I think baseball is pretty good at it too. Baseball has a lot of good throwbacks, and they used to have Players Weekend. I don't think they did that this year, but they would always have cool jerseys for that. NFL, pretty bad at incorporating new jerseys.
Yeah.
They had Color Rush, and it was incredibly popular. Color Rush was so popular that it's still around.
Yeah.
Some teams still have them. But they can obviously do better. Basketball, so good with so many unique uniforms. So the city uniforms came out. Which do you want to start with, the good or the bad?
Let's start with the good.
All right, give me a couple of your favorite jerseys.
I'll give you 4.
Okay.
Okay.
I love breaking down jerseys. Just a disclaimer. Jerseys are one of my favorite things in sports.
Yeah. I love Charlotte's because
I agree.
The fade from dark blue to
the ombre.
Yeah.
It's nice.
To teal or whatever. I love that. I love Atlanta's. The hawk across the front and the color scheme is really, really nice. I like the Pacers. I think their whole thing just works really well.
It looks like a race car design almost.
It does.
It's pretty cool.
It is really cool. I like it. And what was my... I had one more. I need to find it.
I'll try to put up a graphic for you guys while we're talking about this, or you can
Oh,
also
okay.
Google.
And I also like
NBA City
OKC
jerseys.
because it's super like plain looking.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's plain looking, but I've never seen anything like it.
It's OKC's
Like,
is
look
like
at-
straight white
But look at every other
with a little
one.
bit of gray.
Look at every other one and where they have the Bucks.
Like
I like that.
They put the OKC
Yes.
horizontally.
Yes.
Or no, vertically. Sorry.
vertically.
The OKC is vertical instead of horizontal.
I like that.
That's true. That's interesting. At least.
Yeah.
They at least. I like that OKC went for it. Like,
Yeah.
unlike the Celtics, who every single year just have the most boring jersey you've ever seen.
Yeah.
That they are not very good at being creative.
No.
But we're not at the bad ones yet. My favorite ones are. I agree with you on Charlotte being a great jersey.
Yeah.
Atlanta, I don't know how I feel about the Hawk. It's okay. I really like the Kings jerseys. The little cursive, swirly lettering. And it's a pretty simple jersey. Toronto's jerseys basically look like if our podcast had jerseys because they're black and gold.
They do look cool, yeah.
They killed it with those. It's got the Raptor. It's got the cool Toronto font. It all fits really nicely. They have Toronto, like the word Toronto, the number, and the Raptor on the front, which is a lot happening.
Now,
and they spaced it really nicely.
The thing about that, I will say, is that when you're playing, it can kind of seem like stitched like a big blob.
You feel it?
Yeah, you feel it when you're playing. So for the players, it might not be the best, but, you know.
I'm hoping the NBA jerseys are of high quality that
True.
they're not being weighed down too much by that.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I gave a lot of love to the Grizzlies jerseys last year when we went over new team
they were
jerseys.
nice.
The Grizzlies have probably top 3 regular jerseys in the NBA. Their city jersey didn't. I'm not
It's
going to
still
put it
cool.
in the good category because it didn't really stray. It doesn't look that much different from their regular ones.
Yeah.
The regular ones are great, so I can see why they wouldn't stray from it. But it's not like a different look. And then I'll go Clippers. Love the
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
cool.
Ole Miss. They went powder blue with red and white, which is just always going to look good. It's pretty hard to mess that one up.
Yeah. All right, now the bad.
Oh yeah. There's not too much.
There's not
bad.
too many. Let's do the Denver jersey.
Yep, agreed.
It looks like there's Tetris on the side
It's
of it.
weird. It's like a Technicolor triangle on the rib cage.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It is very, very ugly. What happened with the Suns? They just the same jersey again?
Same with the Jazz.
Yeah, and the
I think
Jazz.
they forgot,
They forgot.
or they missed the deadline.
They missed the deadline.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with those two just
Yeah.
as like throw-ins because, yeah, like they're the same as last year. You already said Celtics, and we'll go.
So bland.
We'll go one more. We'll go. Let's go Detroit, just because I don't get it.
Theirs are boring.
It's just boring. It's just red and blue, and yeah, it's just very boring. Like everything in Detroit.
Wow. Stray shot at Detroit. Okay.
No, they have Kate Cunningham, so.
My least favorite ones, the two bland ones, are the Pelicans and the Celtics.
Yes.
They didn't really do that much. Not much effort was put into those. The Miami Heat, I like that they tried something.
Yeah.
But the best description that I've seen of it on social media is it looks like a ransom note on a jersey.
Yes.
Where it's like magazine letters clipped and pasted.
Yeah.
I like that they went for it.
Yeah.
They went out on a limb. They just missed. They jumped in the deep end and they kind of drowned.
This year.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, they had the Vice jerseys, and those are just top 5 jerseys I've ever seen in the NBA. So it's like, good for them. They've had some great jerseys. Let's go for it again. You missed this time.
Yeah.
Miami Heat are home run hitters. They hit a couple of bombs, and this time they struck out. That's fine. That's fine. The Denver ones suck. The Magic, why do the Magic keep trying to make their city jerseys orange?
I don't know.
I don't feel
Orange doesn't work.
It's not.
It's because it's like the opposite of blue on the color scale.
They're complementary, which I guess makes sense. But like, even when they use the orange, it's still not a great jersey. Like, it's got pinstripes, and it's just not super creative. So they're not even executing the orange very well. The Wizards jerseys, I think, were supposed to be throwbacks, and they're all right. But again, pretty boring. Just red and blue with a couple of stripes. Don't feel great about that jersey. And then the last one that I will go after is the Hawks one. It's not...
Really?
I don't hate it. I just don't know how I feel about the Hawk. Like, it doesn't... I don't love the...
Well, I'm just picturing it, like, wearing it and it being stretched out on the front like that. I think that would...
I think it would look better if the number wasn't on the front.
Yeah.
Because it's like a very crowded jersey.
Yeah.
I love the color scheme. I think it's just the layout that I'm not in love with that much.
Yeah. I like how it looks like it's underlying.
It's definitely not the worst one.
Yeah.
The worst one is...
I think the Lakers is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
The purple with the blue.
They went for something different as well.
Yeah.
I think of ones I would be least likely to wear, it's the Heat. Like, I would not wear the Heat jersey. That one's really bad. Some teams went.
We haven't talked about the Sixers yet.
Okay.
This is.
I don't know.
It's okay. Like, it's not the worst one, but it's kind of like odd. Like, they didn't pick a color, you know? Like they just kind of like Denver, but not as bad as Denver, because instead of like Tetris, they just went squares.
Oh, well, okay, so I didn't like that either at first. I was like, why did you do these 4 colors?
Yeah.
But it turns out that it's red, orange, green, blue for Phillies, Flyers, Eagles, Sixers. And I was like, that's pretty cool, actually.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And it's like the Spectrum jerseys, because they're like paying homage to the old arena where they played, and it's like a 70s look. And once I learned about the backstory of it, I was like, oh, this is a lot cooler, which of course I'm sure I would with a lot of these jerseys, where you find out the explanation and you're like, oh, that's cool, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the Sixers always have pretty good jerseys.
Yeah.
But they never have like the best ones.
I'm waiting for them to get a best one, so then I can buy that
exactly.
one. Yeah.
My thought process, exactly. Because every year I'm like, ooh, I want to buy a Sixers jersey. Is this city jersey going to be the one that's fire? And, well, the Sixers jersey designing team is kind of like me in math throughout my high school career, where it's like, I was always in the highest math class, but I was at the math talent-wise, I was at the bottom of the top class, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Sixers are always in that category. Like, yeah, that's one of the better jerseys, but it's definitely not as good as, like, these 5, like Charlotte and the Raptors and the Clippers
the Pacers,
and the Pacers. Dude, the Pacers is so good.
It just looks clean. It looks really clean.
That one's really good.
And I love OKC's just because it's so, like... I like the minimalistic
I like that they went different.
I like it. I like the minimalistic look.
I'll give them that. But yeah, dude, I love seeing New Jersey. Like, I wish... Seeing New Jerseys. I wish teams would do this more. Like, what's the problem with having a bunch of jersey combinations? Like, you can sell more merchandise that way.
True. It might just get, I don't know, too expensive or something.
I don't know the details of it. I do like that basketball is expanding. I think the Sixers have 4 different jerseys.
I have a cream-colored Embiid.
That's true. That was one of their first city editions,
that
right?
was
first or second.
Kind of a home run.
Yeah, loved that one.
Yeah.
That was great. And then the one after that was pretty good, too.
You haven't seen anybody else do cream color.
So,
you know what I mean?
You haven't. And I really liked how the cream went with the red and blue and gold. So that was, if I were to rank specifically Sixers city jerseys, and I'll put up a picture of this too, it would probably be the one that you own would be 1, And then 2 would be the one the year after that, where they went with like kind of the same style.
Yeah.
I think they did like lettering a little bit different, but it was the same like color scheme, the cream and the gold. And then last year's are my least favorite.
Yeah, those
the ones that Ben Simmons designed that were black with like the white houses.
And Ben Simmons designed
on them. Not terrible.
Yeah.
They were pretty middle of the road. I would put these this year 3rd.
Yeah.
And then the Ben Simmons ones 4th because they were bad.
Mm-hmm. What team is this?
I don't know. Let's figure this out. I was actually wondering the same thing because it's the Cavs? The Cavs jersey looks like an overseas team jersey.
It does. It looks weird.
That's strange. It's got... How would you describe this logo that it has on it? I was wondering the same thing. I didn't want to mention it because I was like, I have no idea what this thing is. It's so strange.
That is very strange.
And now I can't zoom out, and I'm stuck looking at it. There we go.
Stuck looking at it. Staring at it.
It looks like the logo of, like... It's, way too fancy.
A seal of approval.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it looks like. It looks like somebody stamped their jerseys.
Yeah. Like... This is signed by the Cavaliers.
I don't get that one. That one is confusing. And it's also kind of small. Like, if they just did that whole thing on the front, maybe. But it's like a small circle towards the top of the jersey. You can't really tell what's going on. Yeah, dude, I love looking at jerseys. I don't know why, because in normal life, I'm not like a very...
jersey guy.
Fashion, no, just like clothing in general. Like, I'm not a fashion forward type of guy. Like, my younger brother is more into like what he wears. I care a little bit, but I'm not like anything crazy. But with jerseys, I don't know what it is. I love it when teams get new jerseys. I love comparing them. I have
a secret collection of jerseys.
What?
Just kidding. But imagine if I collected all the city jerseys and I had every single one.
You could. If you started now, you wouldn't be too far behind.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, you were going to say something.
Yeah, the NBA City jerseys, love talking about them. And so, we're bringing back something that we did. I'd have to check our Instagram highlights.
Long time ago.
But about a year ago, Parker and I were bored at lunch, and we were like, you know what we should do? An extremely long bracket, basically. And so Parker created this 128 team bracket.
Yeah.
Where he had 128 sports. And we paired them together, matchups, which sport is better? This one, or was it which sport is the hardest?
Which sport is the hardest?
Okay, yeah. Which sport is the hardest? And we pair them up, and then we did probably like 300, or maybe not 300, 250 polls over like 2 or 3 months.
A lot of polls, yep.
And we found out one sport is harder than the rest. I don't remember what it was. I bet if you go to our Instagram highlights, you'll find out what people voted as the hardest sport.
Yeah.
I wanted baseball to win so bad, but I don't think it did. I think hockey might have won. I wouldn't be upset at that because hockey is really good. If you go through here, hardest sport, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so while Parker's finding that, we're bringing that back. We did hardest sport, we did best baseball cap, which I don't remember who won that either, if you want to find that after this. And Luke started doing a best Marvel movie, but we only got through the first round, and I don't think he's posted one since. So, we are going to be doing a bracket with you guys on our Instagram story of the best NBA City jersey, and we're going to find out how you guys would rank them this year.
Ultra Marathon was the winner.
That makes sense.
And the decathlon was second.
Yeah. That's fair. No issue with that.
Triathlon was third.
A lot of running. People don't like running.
Mountain biking was fourth.
Mountain biking is scary.
Boxing was
I remember
really close.
Being upset that boxing made it that far.
Really? Boxing is hard.
It's hard. But like if the Paul brothers can be this good at it, how hard is it really?
Well, but they're like athletic.
Yeah.
But
we had 128 sports on there. I don't think boxing was like the 5th hardest.
Yeah, you're right.
I think there were worse things on there.
Marathon was also close.
American Ninja Warrior, that was on the list?
Yeah.
I forgot. Ice climbing made it pretty far.
Hockey was close.
Good for ice climbing.
Ski jumping was close.
Getting the publicity. Dude, ski jumping would be terrifying.
Yeah, ski jumping.
I don't think you could pay me to ski jump.
Oh, these are the 2020 awards.
Now he's just scrolling through our highlights. Our best of 2020. It was a little limited, but yeah, we had some awards. Who won best hat? I think the Phillies made it unrealistically too far because everybody was just like, oh, the Phillies, I know them. I was happy. I know the Yankees didn't win. I was happy the Yankees did not win this tournament because the Yankees have like the best-selling hat in the world by far. And so the best hat went to the Phillies. They barely beat out the Blue Jays, whose hat I thought was way better.
What do you mean? Look at the Phillies hat.
The Phillies hat isn't that bad, but it's just red with a white P. Like it's all right.
Both of those hats are better.
Yeah, the Marlins and
both of those hats are better.
Yep, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks,
that hat's
the Mets.
Better.
Yeah, the Phillies may have won simply by team recognition on that one. Parker continuing to go through our highlights. So yeah, you guys, I think on Monday I'll put up the first one. You guys will be able to vote on, or maybe Sunday. Let's start it Sunday, because Monday I put up the episode, and then I put out the polls that like kind of preview the episode in a pretty vague way. For example, one of the polls on the Instagram story last week, in reference to Luke, was, would you assume that a teenage boy is a member at Michael's? To which every single person voted no except for Luke. So,
yeah.
I think he lost that one.
I think he lost. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know what Michael's was until I looked it up. And even then, it just gave me the name of this random person named Michael.
You didn't know what Michael's was?
No.
It's a craft store.
Yeah, well, I know that now.
You've never been to Michael's?
No, I've been
That might be a
some
video.
other craft stores.
Parker goes to Michael's.
I know.
With Luke.
I know, and then I just show up
non-member.
at some like Michael Scott's house or something. Do 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 do.
That you really don't know what Michael's is.
I know, just show up to his house and just like punch a hole in his TV.
Also, I don't think that
Dwight did it.
You can't show up to Michael Scott's house because you would show up at Steve Carell's house.
Oh no!
So that would be a little. You think there's a person out there who's named Michael Scott?
Yes.
That's got to be a terrible existence.
I'll search it up.
I feel so. If you search Michael Scott, the character is gonna come up.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's.
Michael Scott is gonna come up, but because he's on The Office, it's. I feel so bad if there's anyone out there. There's got to be somebody. There's somebody out there whose name is Michael Scott, and it's just their life has been made so much harder just because of The Office.
Here, wait, if we go to all.
No, it's not.
Michael Scott, the Irish writer. The Irish author.
I'm so sorry, Irish author guy.
Michael Peter Scott.
Because that's got to be hard for you, dude.
He wrote Myth. He wrote...
You must lead
he wrote The Alchemist.
Frustrating life, having to always have The Office brought up. I guess if he lives in Ireland, The Office might not be as prevalent in Ireland.
True,
So he might be able to slip past some of those.
He looks kind of spooky.
Oh my word. It looks like somebody told him to act like a vampire, and so he did. I like how you search Michael Scott from The Office comes up. You search Michael Scott, parentheses, Irish author. Then
they'll come up.
That's where that works.
A fake person is the person that shows up.
Yeah, that's how popular The Office is. So, apologies to anyone who was named Michael Scott before The Office. That's just unfortunate timing. And to anyone who was named Michael Scott after The Office was popular, what were your parents doing? That's just a terrible call by them.
Terrible. That's like naming me Rihanna or Beyonce.
I don't think that's quite the same.
It is.
But maybe on a similar level.
I'm gonna name my kid. Actually, I haven't really thought about it at all, so never mind.
The only thing I've thought of with naming my kids is because my last name is Lapp. It can't be a one-syllable first name. Like, it can't be Joe Lapp. That's too fast. It's got to be 2+ syllables.
Why not? Like,
it's too fast.
Mike Lapp.
Yeah, no. Bob Lapp. Can't have it.
No, Mike Lapp. It sounds like
my clap.
Yeah, my clap.
Or
my clap.
Yeah, no.
Or
2 syllables or more.
Bill
Lapp. That doesn't.
Bill.
That doesn't work.
Bill Lapp, Owen's son.
Sure. Or what? I'm trying to think of other single syllable names.
Scott
Lap. No, it doesn't work. Jim Lap. That's my grandpa's name.
Really?
It's very short.
Parker Lap.
His real name is James, so if you go James Lap, that's better. Jim Lap is very quick.
James is one syllable.
James.
No, you can't put emphasis on...
Isn't it James?
No. The S...
James Lap. I guess maybe it is one syllable.
It's the amount of times that your mouth raises if you say James.
No.
No.
My lips raise.
It's one... You
mouth.
thought James was two syllables?
James. Okay, it's one long syllable, I guess.
No, it's one syllable. It's the same
All right.
as Scott. James. Scott. James.
Okay, one syllable. So my grandpa's name is very quick either way.
Yeah.
Point is, the only qualification I have for naming my kids is not one syllable.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's pretty simple.
I think I'm gonna get them I don't know. I actually don't know at all. I'm not benefiting this conversation at all because I have no clue.
Well, this is a blank canvas. Would you name them after any athletes?
Yeah.
Or famous people?
LeBron Wolf.
Oh yeah, dude. That kid's gonna be so good.
Michael Wolf. Like Michael Jordan.
That sounds more like an accountant.
True.
But, okay.
Does sound like an accountant.
Okay.
We don't want that.
What
Sounds
else?
kind of boring.
If you want him to be like a
Usain Wolf.
linebacker, you could go like Blitz Wolf.
Von Wolf.
Von Wolf.
That
sounds like a bad guy in a movie.
Von Wolf. Dun, 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 dun.
He has like one eye, an
Like-
eye patch,
like
and a
pointy
cat.
teeth.
Von Wolf.
Aaron Wolf.
Aaron Wolf.
Aaron Donald.
That's a pretty good one. I like Aaron Wolf. Wolf is a very cool last name, so you've got a lot to work with.
I do.
This is interesting. Definitely don't go with
Michael Wolf.
What's more of a trend now is people naming their kids after like nouns. Not a fan of that.
Like what? Like Store Wolf?
Store? Sorry, more like nature nouns. Although I get
Plant Wolf?
you could name them after
Like
a
Wolf
store. Yeah.
Woof Woof. Woof Woof.
That'd be so messed up if you named your kid Wolf Woof.
Oh, I'm totally doing that.
No. Oh my word, that would be so messed up.
That'd be awesome. Woof Woof.
Wait, would it be Wolf Wolf or like Woof Wolf?
No, it'd be Woof Woof.
Okay, that clears things up.
Yeah.
Oh my word, I hope we have all of that. Yeah, okay, we're so good. Like, there's a lot of crazy baby names that I've just seen or heard of. There's a lot of like Star.
Oh yeah, I remember there was a girl named Star in 4th grade that was in our school.
There you go. Those parents were a little bit ahead of it.
Like,
There's
Plant.
I've heard of one kid named Brick. Brick Wolf.
The Brick Wolf. That could make for some good nicknames though.
It could. All right, we're doing it. I was contemplating it. I think we have time. We're doing a baby name generator.
Yes. Let's do it.
We're gonna help Parker out here.
One of these first 5 names will be the name of my child.
Write it down. That's why we have this podcast. Is just to document this for continuity for Parker as an adult. All right. Do we want baby name generator, which is just the first one? Babynamesyay.com. Baby name generator best little baby. Nameberry. The Pampers name generator.
No.
Pampers is a diaper company, and they were like,
top
all right, babynamesyay.com. Okay, either gender, because we don't know. Do you have a letter that you wanted to start with?
No.
Do you have a letter that you want it to end with?
No.
Do you want it to be 2 to 4 letters, 5 to 7, 8 plus?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What origin or theme would you like? This is basically just like types.
Assyrian. Just kidding. If this is real, then probably not Assyrian.
Do you want American baby name?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay, last name is
Wolf.
Wolf. This is actually pretty non-specific.
Well,
here you go. Okay, no, this is cooler. Browse by theme. Do you want an astronomy baby name, a British one, a celebrity, a classic, a cool baby name?
No.
Creative, flower, biblical, Catholic, Christmas baby
These
names.
are the themes. We already did that. We did American.
No. This is origin.
No, /theme.
Well, okay,
It's
but
the
I'd have
same.
to scroll all the way down. Exotic baby name?
No.
You don't want your baby name to have a color? No, seriously, I think you should.
Okay, all right.
I think you should pick a theme
All right,
because these are
Gothic
pretty
baby name.
cool. Gothic baby
Gothic
name.
baby name.
All right, 30 baby names.
Damien.
Abraxas. NYX, that's not a name.
Nix.
What? Lucifer. Oh no.
Eris.
Blade.
Lucifer.
Why is Lucifer on here? Is that Gothic?
Opaline.
Oh my word. Oh, Nyx is male or female.
Ursa. Ursa.
That sounds like a grandmother.
Amaret.
Tanis. Be a very tan child.
Lilith.
Ursa. Storm.
Thorn.
Ooh. Thorn actually not bad.
Morgan spelled with 2 R's.
Bellatrix.
That's in Harry Potter.
Of course it is. Wow. Okay.
Circle.
Wait, where?
Circle.
No. Okay, there's no L.
Oh, wait.
I think that's Cersei.
Oh, Cersei.
Still bad. Still a bad name. Okay, I'm gonna choose for you. We're gonna go exotic baby
Okay.
names. If you have an exotic child.
Matteo. I know a guy named Matteo. I never knew his name was exotic. Seamus.
Leilani. Yara.
Jacinta.
Mateo again. I don't think Mateo is a female name. All right, let's each pick one more theme
Okay.
because this is just us reading bad baby names.
Disney baby names.
Disney baby names. All right, at the end of this, we will select one for Parker to name his child.
Mickey.
Angel. I feel like naming your child Angel is setting lofty expectations.
I know a guy named Angel.
Very lofty
It's-
expectations.
It's not a girl, it's a guy.
Jet Wolf.
Jet Wolf.
Yes, that's the name. That's my vote so far.
White
Either
Wolf.
Mickey Wolf or Jet Wolf. Sound like
Gray.
the two best.
Gray.
Gray Wolf. Okay, that's pretty good too. Pierre. French, I guess.
Major Wolf.
Major Wolf is also a great one. Sunny.
Big Wolf.
Sunny Wolf.
Sunny Wolf.
Rosa Linda. They combined Linda and Rosa for that name.
Bambi Wolf! We're doing that! We're picking that! Bambi Wolf.
That's your winner?
Yes.
I still like Jet Wolf.
Hugo
But Bambi
Wolf.
Wolf is a good one too.
Hugo.
You could have twins, boy named Jet, girl named Bambi.
I kind of like Hugo.
Boom. Hugo, that's a pretty good one too. Hugo Wolf.
Hugo's
Although I can't picture a baby and be like that baby's name is Hugo. Like I picture Hugo as like a more adult name.
And then I
can't picture a baby Hugo.
I could get a sign and just say, wherever Hugo, I go. Just hang it.
So good.
And there's a picture of me holding Hugo.
Oh my word.
Rare.
That's fantastic.
Oh, people would think I'm so weird.
Oh. No, that would be a great Instagram post.
It
And
would.
people would love it. You would get so much attention.
Okay,
Oh.
we got it determined. It's not Bambi, it's Hugo.
It's Hugo, and Parker will be there wherever Hugh goes. That's so good. I like how there's a theme that's creative baby names, as if these are not creative.
What are the creative ones? We need
They're,
to
I
just-
don't think I want to know. Like, the other ones were pretty out there. Mark. That's not creative.
But no, but it's spelled with a C.
Whoa.
Wow.
Dante. Gus? Gus! You can't tell me Gus is a creative name. No.
Crystal ball.
No. Langston? That sounds like a country or a city.
Okay, I'm just gonna say Kitty is just not. It's just
No.
weird. It's just
No.
weird.
No, not at all.
Sandy as a guy or a girl.
Zella. A little too close to Zillow
It is a little.
as a name.
Yeah.
Velvet.
Or
That's
Legends of
just a
Zelda.
noun. Again. I don't know about that one. The last one that I want to do is color baby names.
Okay.
Because I don't understand. Are they just going to be blue, purple, teal?
Jade. Mahogany.
Raven. How is Raven a color?
Mahogany.
Slate. Slate wolf. Again,
Gray.
noun.
Gray
there you
wolf.
go. You were right. You're right.
Green wolf.
Ginger wolf.
Emerald wolf.
Cherry wolf. Who's
Eb-
naming their kid Cherry?
Ebony wolf.
Auburn wolf.
Pink wolf.
Sapphire wolf.
Coral wolf.
Did you already say mahogany wolf?
Ash wolf.
Green wolf.
Ginger wolf.
Tawny Wolf.
Imagine if you had red hair and you named your kid Ginger.
You would have. I'd be really impressed if you did that. If you pulled that off.
Ronin Wolf.
What?
I know.
That's a weird one. Pink Wolf.
Scarlett Johansson Wolf. Oh.
Well, I think that's in the
Thinking
celebrity theme. We could go to that one.
All right,
too.
let's move on.
There is a celebrity one.
We got to talk
but
about
that was-
football.
Woo! Man, what a rush. Color baby names. Who knew that would be... Oh, whoa, wait. Middle name generator. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing that.
No, I already know what my kid's middle name is.
Oh, wait. So you have the middle name picked out, but not the first name?
Yeah.
What's the middle name?
Alan.
Oh, you're just going to hand yours.
Well, because that's what
Okay.
my dad's dad did that, and my dad did that too.
So you all have the middle name Alan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
So far,
I like that.
So far, it's 3.
That's a good one.
It's 3 generations.
Okay.
So I'll make it 4.
My family, the firstborn son has the middle name that is the name of their uncle. So
That's
like
too confusing.
So like my dad's middle name is Douglas because that's my grandpa's brother, and my middle name is Gregory because that's my dad's brother. So I guess I would give my kid the middle name Ethan because brother. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's a little more confusing than yours. There's a little more thought of the process that goes into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just give them the same name. It doesn't really matter. Nobody uses their middle
Alan
name.
is easy.
No one uses their middle name that much, so it's like, just give them the same one.
And like my initials spell Paul, like a dog paw.
That's pretty sweet.
I gotta hand it down and be like, bow, or like, pow.
Cow, if it starts with a C.
Caw.
Or caw, yeah.
Dow.
Wow, if it's a W.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, man, there you go. If you have 2 boys, would you give them both the same middle name, or would you have to come up with something else?
It would have to be something else.
Okay. Something else that starts with an A, perhaps?
Maybe like Arnold. Wait.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good middle name. Football stuff, we saved it till the end because I was hoping that Luke would text us.
He did.
His picks.
Oh, he has.
All right, sweet. I was stalling the whole episode. I wanted to save it for last to give Luke as much time to send them as possible.
He sent it like 2 seconds after I texted him.
Good for you, Luke. I didn't even have to wait
50
till the
minutes
end.
ago.
All right, Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks. They are tied. I believe in last week's episode, we actually missed the fact that you guys picked the Bears-Niners game differently. And so we thought Luke couldn't come back this week. But he did. They are tied at 80 wins apiece, both 80 and 42. Actually, both 81 and 42 now that they got the Colts game right on Thursday night. Not a ton of great games this week. I feel like there might only be 1 or 2 upset picks from both of you. Let's start with your picks, Parker.
Okay, I'm going Bengals.
Over the Browns.
Bengals over Browns. Should I just keep listing them?
Yeah.
Cowboys over Broncos.
The worst game of the week, by far.
Okay, it says a lot of people pick the Dolphins. Yeah, that's true. Dolphins are good.
Battle of 1 and 7s.
The Saints, but you never know what you're going to get with the Saints, but...
Trevor Siemian might be starting, but they're playing the Falcons.
True. And then we're going Raiders.
Over the Giants.
So far, it's all chalk. It's Patriots.
Panthers have been terrible recently.
Bills over
Yeah,
Jaguars.
that one's easy.
This is an interesting game.
The all-purple battle.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens over Vikings, though. Even though everybody's doing that. I'm playing it safe this week because I went risky last week and it did not pay off. And now I just... Oh, man.
And Luke and I still didn't catch you in our Pick'em League. You're
Yeah.
still ahead of me and
I
Luke
know.
by 1 game.
I know.
Which is incredible.
And then we'll go Chargers over Eagles. I don't have no faith in the Eagles. Packers and Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are in serious trouble.
But they lucked out that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing.
Yeah. So, this is like...
I'll give you some time to think.
Okay,
I picked the Chiefs because I believe that Aaron Rodgers has carried the Packers. I believe the Packers are a good team, but I think there's going to be a huge drop-off without him. Because unlike
Who's the
Brady,
backup?
I believe Rodgers carries teams on his shoulders.
That's not true. Who's the backup?
It's Jordan Love.
Okay, we're going Chiefs.
And also they signed Blake Bortles to be their new backup to Jordan Love.
Okay, no.
So
We're going Chiefs. And then we'll go Cardinals. This is pretty much all chalk. The Rams are super good. The Titans could win, but I like the Rams.
Without Derrick Henry, they're in trouble.
They're in a lot of trouble. And then this game is actually interesting to me, but the Bears lost last week, and they let me down, so I'm not going to pick them again. We'll go Steelers.
Bears-Steelers is one of the worst Monday night games we've had. We had Saints-Seahawks after Russ was hurt, I think 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe 2 weeks ago, I think. And that one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And now, another less than stellar Monday night matchup. Luke's picks. Let's see if anything was different.
So far, no.
Same. Oh, he didn't pick the Eagles. He said he would pick the Eagles against everybody but the Chiefs and the Bucks. We might have to call him out on that.
We do have to call him out.
He lied. Picked the Chiefs. And
everything is the same this
the
week.
first week all year.
Yep. First week
that
all
it's
year.
The exact same. I'm impressed that you guys made it to week 9.
Yeah.
Before you picked
Me
every
too.
game the same.
It was a lot, we've been more risky.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, for me, it's paid off, except for last week.
Parker had a bad week last week. Luke was down 2 games. Parker blew the lead.
Well, I did so terrible. So terrible.
Last week, a lot of people did that.
But I bet it
last week was crazy.
I bet against the Eagles, though.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had Detroit. Or, no, nobody had Detroit, and I had Detroit. Because I was thinking, they only lost by, 2 to the Ravens,
They're always in the game. They
But
lose
no,
a lot,
they
but it's
lost
always close.
42 to 6.
Woo!
Which is good, though. It's good
Eagles
for the
ran the
Eagles.
ball like crazy. Of course, without their starting running back, Miles
Although,
Sanders.
you know what
that's
that
just
means?
how they do it.
They're at 3-win zone. They're,
Too many.
They're not going to win all year now.
Oh, because you had, Parker had him going 3-14. I'm feeling really good about my prediction for the Eagles of 7-10 because they have the easiest schedule the rest of the way, and so if they win 4 of their last 9, 7-10, baby. Although that wouldn't be great because then they end up with more of a mid-level draft pick of their own. I'd prefer we have 2 top 10 picks because that would be insane.
We're going to get the Dolphins are bad, but the Colts are actually coming on strong.
Yeah, and now they're even more motivated because the Titans have opened the door with Derrick Henry getting hurt.
Yeah.
I want to close this episode talking about Odell Beckham Jr., the obvious topic.
Yes.
And Russell Wilson. You may be wondering
I like
why
those 2 players.
This might be a discussion, but it's because this hypothetical came up in our podcast group chat with me, Parker, and Luke. I forget who brought it up, if it was me or Luke. I'm scrolling through to find out. I brought it up. I said, Eagles off-season plans. We have 3 first-round picks. The Dolphins, which is probably going to be top 3. Ours, which is hopefully top 10. And the Colts, which is most likely top 20. If Carson Wentz plays, 5 more games, he'll have enough snaps. We get the Colts first-rounder. So, the Eagles have an unprecedented 3 top 20 picks. I say we trade those and Jalen Hurts for Russell Wilson and Odell Beckham Jr.
If we can get that.
Yep.
I don't know if Russell Wilson's...
That's the ideal scenario.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's going to cost a lot, but I think he's a must-have if this Eagles team wants to be good next year.
Because Hurts is not it.
If we stay with Hurts, we're going to be, at best, middle of the road.
Because he's not bad, but he's not great.
But his accuracy is bad.
He's not elite. He's serviceable, but he's not the long-term answer, I think is what we've concluded.
But he's not Minshew Mania.
He's exactly what we didn't want him to be.
Exactly.
We said at the beginning of the year, as Eagles fans, we want him to either be elite or awful. And he's just kind of in the middle, which is not what you want at all, because then it makes it really hard to move on from him.
No. And so I say we get Russell Wilson, and I would love Odell, next offseason. Obviously not right now, because we're not a contender, and $7 million is too much for a wide receiver for 1 year. It doesn't make sense.
He's going to go to a contender.
Yes. So I would say next offseason, if we can get Russell Wilson, go all in for him. And if we have anything left, or if we miss out on Russell Wilson, try and go for OBJ. Yeah.
And then I also made the statement, I would forgive Howie completely for everything if he got Russell Wilson.
I wouldn't.
It's clean slate, Howie. If you get Russ, you're good, in my eyes.
No, I would actually contribute that more to Daryl Morey if we ended up getting Russ. Just because Daryl Morey's probably already making all the decisions in the Eagles franchise.
Best executive in Philadelphia sports.
Yeah.
Easily.
He
got Seth Curry.
Exactly.
For a second-round pick and Josh Richardson.
Which is crazy.
So good by him.
So good. I forgot about that.
Yeah?
That's so valuable. Josh Richardson
really
couldn't shoot to save his life.
No.
And
Josh
where is he
Richardson
now?
was part of one of the worst Sixers
Where
teams
is he
we've
now?
seen.
What?
I think he's still on the Mavericks.
What's he averaging?
But he can't be doing that much for them.
No, he's not.
Because, yeah, Josh Richardson was supposed to be good on the Heat, and then wasn't, and then came to the Sixers through Jimmy Butler. And then the Sixers were like, yeah, no, he's not good. Josh Richardson's stat lines from this season. Or career stats, whichever you prefer.
He's averaging 6 points.
Whoa.
2 rebounds and 1 assist.
And who's he playing for?
Boston.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Josh Richardson not very good.
He's averaging 21 minutes.
Ugh.
Which is the same as his rookie year.
That is bad.
But we didn't.
Woo!
Let's go.
I don't feel too bad for him because he's not on our team anymore, so who cares? Luke also said, so we were in our group chat, we were discussing Russell Wilson. Parker said he would immediately buy a Wilson jersey.
Oh, yeah,
and then Luke says, the best part is he is kind of weird looking, not too much, but he's actually good. Usually the weird looking ones aren't as good.
And I didn't understand that at all.
It's so strange. And then he and Parker started talking about how good looking Tom Hiddleston is. That got weird very quickly. And then I sent them the link to a video which explains NFL Films a few years ago made a video about how NFL quarterbacks' faces are more symmetrical, like way more symmetrical than the average human's face. The average human, I think, has a facial symmetry, or the average male has a facial symmetry of about 90%. The average NFL quarterback has a facial symmetry of like 97%.
Look at that facial symmetry. That's like a mirror image.
I don't know where Russ ranks on facial symmetry, but he's probably up there. The only confusing part of the video is that Ben Roethlisberger has better facial symmetry than Tom Brady.
Well, he doesn't.
Which doesn't
he
make
has
sense.
better. His left side looks the same as his right side, but
they both look bad.
Yeah, but both of his sides are look bad. Tom Brady's left side doesn't look quite the same as his right side, but they both look way better.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah. I would highly recommend NFL Films, quarterback facial symmetry. Fantastic journalism by them.
Oh, yeah.
They could have looked into anything, but no. They were like, we're going to find out why quarterbacks look so good. And it's just great journalism by them. So shout out to NFL Films. Good job by you guys. Who do you think Odell signs with? Because we're assuming this is going to happen pretty quickly. Teams aren't going to let him sit on the waiver for a couple weeks. So maybe by the next time we're back here, he will have signed with somebody.
I'm going to go Ravens.
Ravens, okay.
Yeah, because I think the Ravens, if they signed him, they'd be really good. Really good.
Lamar would finally have a wide receiver one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who are you add another weapon. That would be a really good move by them.
Really good.
As much as I would think it would be hilarious to see him go to the Ravens and just go across the division and be petty and be like, I'm going to play the Browns again later this year.
Exactly.
That would be fantastic.
It would.
I would love to see him go to the Rams because that would be ridiculously unfair.
It would.
And then them versus the Bucks would just be like super. It'd be like Cavs Warriors, super team versus super team. Although we've debated Cavs weren't really a super team. LeBron carried that, but we don't have to get into it.
That's not true.
It would be like Warriors versus Warriors.
No.
Would be Bucks Rams.
No.
And that would be a fun one, but I think that the most logical fit is the Packers. Because imagine the change when your wide receiver 2 used to be Alan Lazard or Randall Cobb, and it goes to Odell Beckham Jr. as your second wide receiver.
And
huge step up.
Aaron Rodgers still wouldn't even throw to him because he only is dependent on one wide receiver.
He beat the undefeated Cardinals without his number 1 wide receiver. What are you talking about?
No, that wasn't him. That was their defense that did that.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Did you watch the
ridiculous.
game? Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
All of the game?
Yes. Oh, I watched all the highlights of the second half.
You didn't see all of the
Watched
defense.
all the highlights of the second half. Their defense was great in the first half. Their defense was better in the first half than it was in the second half. They gave up like
you should have seen it.
10 points.
They're playing lockdown.
Oh yeah, their defense is good.
See, I don't understand.
But
okay,
Rodgers put up like 24 points.
I will say this. Why doesn't Chris want to trade DeAndre Hopkins to me? He's averaging like 22, 23 a game. Mm-hmm. The entire year.
You're probably not offering him that much. What are you
I'm
offering?
I'm offering Cordell Patterson.
That's not a good trade.
What do you mean? Cordell Patterson's the top 5 running back.
He's all right, but he hasn't been like
single week.
Tailed off the last couple weeks.
No.
We'll see.
Look at the game log.
We'll see about that.
Look at him. He's averaging.
He's dropped to 11.
What do you mean?
He's out of the top 10.
Okay, look at his past.
The last 2 weeks, 23 and 29, which is average in our league.
But look at the previous.
That's
week.
pretty good. Yeah. I think that it's a pretty even trade. It's not great.
RB1,
but
for right
borderline
now.
RB1. I mean, yeah. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been very good. Not to get too far into the weeds on this.
And he's not even playing next week.
But that was his keeper, and he needs to kind of be validated in that decision. Yeah, you're much less likely to get rid of your keeper than anyone else. So
he's not even playing next week.
I can understand that. He's
yeah.
not? Yes, I'm playing Chris this week. He doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins.
You're lucky.
You're
really lucky. I need a tight end if we're talking about fantasy.
I'll trade you Zach Ertz.
That's tempting.
Okay, we don't have to talk about all of this with our fantasy teams. I will send you a Zach Ertz trade proposal.
Okay, but I want to say one more thing about fantasy. Luke made the dumbest trade I've ever seen.
Oh my word, Luke.
Okay.
Frustrating.
Luke traded for Derrick Henry, who's injured for the rest of the season.
Out for the regular season.
Yeah. And he traded away Jonathan Taylor, who right now is running back 1.
Yeah.
RB1, traded away Jonathan Taylor and Robert Woods.
Who's a good wide receiver, too.
Really good wide receiver, too.
So frustrating.
And he got 0 points out of it.
I understand Luke's thought process in that his team is not going to make the playoffs. Yeah. He's 2-6, so he just locked up a keeper for next year.
But the thing is, Jonathan Taylor is a way better keeper.
No.
Yes.
I'd rather have Derrick Henry than Jonathan Taylor.
No way. Because Derrick Henry's coming off of an injury. Mm-hmm. Usually when...
And he's older.
Jonathan Taylor is a rising guy in the league.
Yeah.
Who's number 1 running back this year.
I think I'd rather have Derrick Henry.
Who's going to grow in his role next year. He's already the RB1.
Derrick Henry's the safer play. But
no, he's not.
Jonathan Taylor is very good and keeper worthy.
No, but the thing is about keepers, you want to keep them for a long time.
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor is a young player who you would keep for the next 5 years, which is a lot for a running back.
Yeah.
The odds that Derrick Henry comes back and is the same are very
not
slim.
Good. Although we've never seen any person built like Derrick Henry, so if anybody can come back, it's him.
But even this season,
yes.
if Derrick Henry was playing and Jonathan Taylor was playing,
Jonathan Taylor has more points.
You wouldn't trade Derrick Henry for Jonathan Taylor.
You could. I would understand if they were both healthy and you got Derrick Henry.
Jonathan Taylor is better.
Because Derrick Henry's workload is ridiculous.
But Jonathan Taylor has more points.
Yeah, right now because Derrick Henry's out.
No. But this is even before.
Jonathan Taylor has an extra week on him.
No, this is points per game.
Yeah.
So
the positional rank isn't just from that.
No, he's averaging 43 points. Derrick Henry,
our league, which is very high scoring.
Yeah. Derrick Henry is averaging 48
yeah.
points. So
still, they're both. The point is, they're both very good.
Derrick Henry isn't playing.
Jonathan Taylor is a running back 1, which is essentially keeper worthy. And I was like, okay, Luke called me about it. I was driving home and he called me about the trade. And my initial reaction, I was like, I get that you want Derrick Henry. I don't have a problem with you getting Derrick Henry. I have a problem with how much you gave up to get Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Because he's not playing the rest of the year. The guy you made the trade with has no use for Derrick Henry. You could have traded Robert Woods and gotten Derrick Henry. Yeah. Why did you give up Jonathan Taylor?
It makes no sense.
It's very frustrating. And then, of course, immediately Jonathan Taylor goes off on Thursday Night Football, and that just salt to the wound.
Well, and it makes me mad because now we're all fighting for second because his team is just too good.
That team is loaded. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
So, yep, we're in trouble fantasy football-wise. I know you guys care so much about our fantasy football league, but yeah, Luke, not the best trade I've ever seen. Let's just say that. So Ethan Keitel, congrats if you're listening to this. We might crown you the fantasy football champion a little early.
Yeah.
Because your team is loaded.
We need to do that.
So
because he's not gonna lose.
Yeah. I would suggest downloading this podcast episode, not only because it helps us on Apple Podcasts when you download episodes, or when you leave 5-star reviews, which I would also recommend doing.
Yes, agreed.
Speaking of 5-star reviews, if you could leave us a 5-star review suggesting some baby names for Parker, that'd be great. But yeah, definitely download this one and just keep it for like 20 years.
20 years, at least.
Check
minimum.
back in, and we'll see what Parker's kids' names are. So we need this as a historical reference
landmark.
point.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, maybe save it on YouTube to like one of your playlists or something. Yeah. So please do that. Not only because it helps the podcast, but because it's necessary for records that are very important.
Very important.
We need to know this information.
I need to know. Yes.
Episode 124. This was a really long one. Congrats if you stuck around for the end.
Thank you.